the ground. This is Kamara. And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Evan Ingram, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Panthers add on to their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down. Mariota now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Mariota. Throw left side, complete to Smith-Schuster. Finding some room at midfield. And he'll get this down to the 39-yard line. 23 yards on the play.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people that have to block in front of him? Either fellow receivers or offensive linemen. That makes that play a really nice timing play. And sometimes it can break big. He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Mariota now on 2nd down. He's got it at the 15. A very solid gain of 27. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
What a game this defense has played. They're pitching a shutout, so it'll be fun to watch down the stretch to see if their defensive coordinator continues to be as aggressive as he's been all game long.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Not only was that a terrific play, but that loss of yardage they created this close to their own goal line, that gives them a little breathing room now as they move them back.
And they're breathing fire a little bit right now, aren't they?
A lot of confidence being shown by them at this point of the game.
And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A gain of 5, but not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal. Desperation time. Mariota on 4th down. Got a man. It's caught for a Ravens touchdown. In for the score. And the Ravens get a bit closer.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Able to get there and pick it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And it looks like the Panthers' hands team does its job. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number, kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
This is caught inside the 15. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So now, following the big play, they've got a first and goal all the way down at the 10. Try to pound it in, Kamara. A great move, couldn't free him. Taken down at the 10. Only a yard on the pickup there. Second and goal. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before.
He's going to be sacked. Back at the 23-yard line.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a third and long. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. Now, this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. They'll try to run it in. It's Kamara. Call it no gain on the play, so no help there. And now fourth and goal. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. I guess not content to get another 3 here late. They'll try to add 6 more as they go on fourth and goal. From the gun, here's Cousins. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. They can't hook up here on the fourth down pass attempt, and the Ravens are going to get the football back. And now here come the Ravens. On first and 10, here's Mariota. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
A second down throw here for Mariota. He's going to let it fly. That's caught inside the 20. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 65 yards. First down now, but that clock rolling. First down, Mariota. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. A gain of 6 there on first.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. This spot in the fourth quarter with that deficit had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. Cousins here to throw. And he's going to go down in the end zone. Cousins taken down for the safety. And this offense, this new offense, would appear they still have a few kinks to work through.
And isn't that to be expected? It's a unit that hasn't played together a real game before. So they definitely got some growing pains, Brandon. And this one, it cost them 2 points.
And an alley to run. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot.
Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Jonathan Allen in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you're talking about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who...
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 40. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. And that one goes incomplete. They tried something out of the bag of tricks, but it's incomplete and now 2nd down. Now Cousins. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Terrell Owens, 39 yards. And thanks to the interception, the Panthers offense cashes in with 6. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn. Happy to be with you. And, CD, as we get this thing going, give the folks at home something to keep their eye on.
The running game for both teams, because I think this is going to be an old-fashioned, old-school type of a game. Physical, who wins up front, who runs the ball the best and controls the clock, they will come out the victor.
Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. 22 men ready to do battle. It's time to dance. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touch. Back, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Try the right side here. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. Now Young. A bullet throw, but incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Throw left side complete. That's Harmon. It's a foot race. 20. Touchdown, Carolina. A big play there. 61 yards. And the Panthers are going to take a first-quarter lead. And sometimes those slants, they can be so tough to defend after the catch. It just happens so quickly.
And really, what gets set up there is how quickly everything happens. Ball's out of the hands of the passer in a hurry, and he just takes it and goes.
And he went all the way into the end zone. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Second down, Young. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
A first red zone opportunity for the Panthers thus far. 1st and 10 right at the 20. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. On second down, here's Mixon. Runs through the contact. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. It's a gain of 9 yards. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a first down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
Here we go.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Eluding the pressure right. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Ron Rivera, the gambling type, but he comes up empty here. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try to move the football.
And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. The all-pro safety Eric Berry in on the stop.
I can't help it. Every time I see Eric Berry make a play, as we just saw him make a tackle there, I just want to stand up and applaud.
Because he went to Tennessee like you?
Well, that doesn't hurt one bit. But how about the comeback? I mean, he came back from beating cancer and getting back to Pro Bowl level. One of the best players in the game.
Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down and 6.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
Young, he may try and run for this. And he slides to avoid the hit. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a first down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big-time play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
What do you think, Brandon? I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Second quarter now. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis with you. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. First and 10, Young. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Gerald McCoy busting through to get him for a loss of 6. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
No. Check. Patriot.
From the gun, Steve Young. Looking for Green, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And he will score. Touchdown, Panthers. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Tucker with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Here's Steve Young, forced out to his left. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Give him 30 yards there.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
He's going to sling it, and it'll be intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Now a play fake here on first down. Sliding out of the pocket. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jason Garrett. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit. And receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They go play action. Young. He'll buy some time right. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. His first catch, good for 16 and a first.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Two minutes remain here in the first half. We'll come back here right after this. This is first and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. A great effort there. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Ravens have cut it to within a score. And his kick is right through. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Looking right sideline. That's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Open man is Uzomah. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Now back to throw. He's going to air one out. It's caught at the 10. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Alshon Jeffrey, 50 yards. And the Panthers add on to their lead. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches, and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. But sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. That's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long,
Backyard.
man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you've got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Earlier this half, you were wondering how the defense was going to handle him defensively. Were they going to bottle him up at different levels, so to speak, is what you said. What have you seen so far?
Well, I think they've been absolutely terrific because it feels like on every play. If we were watching this in the film room, when they clicked off the film or stopped it, you would see 11 shirts of that same color right there in the frame trying to tackle it. That's what you're looking for. With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
Young on third down. Dancing to his left. He can run for it, and he will. Now Young loses the football. It's stripped, but it looked like a Raven was able to get in there, and they will indeed keep the possession. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number one. Young on first down. Escaping the pressure, and a big loss here as he's taken down. J.J. Watt able to get in and run him down for a loss of 14. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Final play of the half. Young toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. So we come upon halftime, intermission here with the visiting Panthers taking the lead to the locker room. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the third quarter. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That goes for a gain of 31.
Flex round! Flex round! Ohio!
Back to throw now on first down. And that's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set them back for second down.
Here we go! White 90! White 90!
On play action, they'll throw. Out to his left. Now he's going to throw deep back over the middle. And a hit jarred loose. It's incomplete.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Come on, let's go!
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. DeForest Buckner able to drop him for a loss of 2, and that'll bring up fourth down. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They're going to try and throw. Going to look deep for Jeffrey. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. And on the ground they go with the running back. Solid running on the carry, but still brought down just inside the 40. And they give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
J.J. Watt, the one that gets him down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
On third down, it's Jacobs. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
Gerald McCoy is always going to be linked with Ndamukong Suh. They came into the NFL in the same draft class. There's a lot of debate about who is going to be the better defensive tackle. They just do it.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off near the 34. There he goes, right side. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis with you from our broadcast perch. And, Charles, as we get this thing started, what are you going to be keeping your eye on?
Special teams. Field position is always a big determiner in a ball game. Who sets their offense up for success the best, that team will win the game.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Lucky 56.
Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. On 2nd down, Marino. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards the pickup there. Good for a Raven first. Now Marino on first down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands.
guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
2nd and 10, Marino once more. And a catch right side by Evans. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
And they're left looking at 3rd and 8 after the 2nd down pass play only went for 2.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
To throw again is Marino. And he fires one, but incomplete.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
And it appears they'll go for it here on 4th down. A big call on the game's opening drive. Indeed, they're going for it with Marino. And it is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Panthers are going to get it back in excellent field position. Throwing now, Roethlisberger on 1st down. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Kevin Green in there to get him for a loss of 5. That's called setting the tone right away.
It certainly is, and it lets you know just how important communication is amongst the offensive line. They talk about it all the time, knowing each other's moves. You've got to be coordinated and in sync. Otherwise, your quarterback gets hit.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Now Ben on 3rd and long. Being chased out left. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. A solid run of 11 there as he tucked it and ran, but he's still short of the marker at its 4th.
Well, it's not going to be a first down, but that's a nice job of picking up yardage on 3rd and long. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you, and in this case, it wasn't enough to pick up the first down.
And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And the Panthers stake claim to a 3-0 lead. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Marino sets up. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Looks for Parker, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Parker unable to get that one. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Gurley. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. And on the tackle, Kevin Green, of course, a member of the 2016 Hall of Fame class, Charles.
Went in on August 6th of 2016. Kevin Green taking his rightful place in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. And what a speech he gave that night. I can still see him standing up there. And the line that resonated for me, I didn't play this game for any other reason than love and passion. And only a cynic would dispute that if they saw Kevin Green play.
On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. Buying time to his left. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a 1st down. The first red zone opportunity for the Panthers thus far. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. With my good friend Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin with you. It's the Panthers in possession of the football as we begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a 1st down. Here's Roethlisberger. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now it's Gurley. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goal is probably not what they were hoping for.
Man, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now. They get explosive later to put the points up on the board.
And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious.
In a double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Alexander. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. An incomplete, crisis averted, almost picked. Instead, 2nd down. So they just got the football on an interception. They almost gave it right back the same way.
And, you know, when you look over to the bench after that type of a play, number one is pure relief. Didn't give it up. But it's not the coach you're worried about yelling at you.
So those guys on defense who just intercepted the pass who want to break over there. Hey, take care of the football.
And they get to him with a pressure as Roethlisberger goes down.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Flushed out right. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
My high school coach, John Ford, used to say all the time, if you're in a bad situation, laddie, don't compound it with a bad decision as well. And I think that's what we just saw there. Harassed in the pocket, and he throws into double coverage anyway.
He called you laddie?
He called me laddie, and that was the nicest thing he called me.
And the Ravens taking the field. And last time, 1-play interceptions. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in it, and let him fling another one.
Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Two minutes to play here in the first half. My good friend Charles and I right back at you after this. Marino will look to throw on first. He's going to walk one deep left side here. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls and you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1.
Detroit!
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Marino. Oh, now Marino here throwing another interception. Picked off by Quan Alexander. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
And that's now the 2nd time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively. And you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on first down. Then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback because that was awfully close.
To throw here, Roethlisberger. He sets to fire deep. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
So now the field goal unit trots out there for the 3rd time tonight. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And that will make our score 9-0. So that one is his 3rd of the game. Now, if you're wondering, that's only halfway to his career high, as he once had 6 field goals.
Brandon, but 6? Let's hope we don't get that again, please. Can we see a few touchdowns here and there?
That'd be nice. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Forced out to his left. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down. The Ravens moving quickly here as the clock runs.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Now Marino looking to throw on 2nd down. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off around the 37. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown.
Every now and then, those guys can get lost in coverage. Quarterback didn't see him, perhaps. But, boy, what a pick. And how about the run back?
Justin Tucker for the extra point. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned they're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
On 1st and 10, it's Marino. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Quan Alexander. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles.
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it was against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. Now, before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
66.
On 2nd down, here's Roethlisberger. Looking deep downfield. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Mitchell. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. After the interception, here's Marino. And now here is another interception. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half. Final play of the half. It's Roethlisberger. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we come upon halftime, intermission here with the visiting Panthers taking the lead to the locker room. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Now a handoff for Gurley. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. A gain of 3, second down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding.
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Carlos Dunlap in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. From the gun on third down, it's Roethlisberger. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Kevin Green in there to get him again. The third time he sacked him here tonight. Roethlisberger will stay out there, and they're going to go for it on fourth. They'll indeed go for it with Roethlisberger. Flush to his right. And then able to bring it in. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Fourth down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. On the handoff, it's Gurley. And he'll take this one down to the 36. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So now it's third and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And he's going to be wrapped up and driven down. Jabal Sheard in there to drop him the 7th time tonight. He's gone down. Here's Brett Kern now as he'll kick it away for the second time. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay.
Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Larry Ogunjobi getting in there from his defensive tackle spot to snow him under for a loss of 4. After the sack, they'll come up now third and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. And they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now fourth down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you can tempt to play the field position game.
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Roethlisberger now to throw on 3rd down. He's got his man on the crossing route. They will finally be taken down, but how about that play? It's a big one on the final act of the 3rd quarter. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They come out here in the eye. Big Ben going to take it himself. And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. Ben Roethlisberger scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the Panthers are able to grow their lead. Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. His throw caught at about the 5. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now here come the Ravens. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working and call more of that.
56.
First down, Marino. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Cameron Hayward in there to bring him down for a loss of 7.
Watch it now, Barney.
On 2nd down, here's Marino. He's going to let one go deep for Parker. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Airing this one out for Evans. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way